Okay.
Hello, my name is Alex Nutt. I'm the current Academic Affairs Officer and I'm running for re-election for the Academic Affairs Officer position. And I believe I'm the best candidate for the job. I've developed extensive knowledge about the position over the past year, and these times, the potential really difficult times, you need someone to be able to lead the students union in the right direction. I believe that I am that person. So on 28th of February, re-elect Alex Nutt for Academic Affairs and go nuts for Nutt.
Thanks for coming, Alex. You mentioned the leadership just then in your little sentence. You're head trustee at the moment.
Yeah.
You've been leading the trustee board of the union for several months now.
Yes.
Do you consider yourself a good leader? And you actually, in these turbulent times, what we need for the union?
I just consider myself a good leader. I mean,
so the other side look up to you.
Sorry?
The other side, you consider, in your opinion, look up to you for leadership.
I think in certain times, in certain instances, I think I am a figure of leadership. For example, in some of the meetings with the university, which I regularly attend and report back, and I take a lot of other sabbatical officers' ideas and their opinions to the highest members of the university.
That's not leadership though. That's just taking their ideas to another meeting. I mean, anyone.
It's still leading the SABs at those meetings.
Like in a crisis time.
Yeah.
Let's say really crisis. Everyone's a bit down. You're the one that emerges and you take the team forward into a good solution.
Again, I'd like to think in certain instances I would be considered that sort of leadership force. Simply because I know quite a lot about my role now. I know quite a lot about the university.
All you're doing is telling me that you know about your role. Oh, great, you've done it. Well done. But are you actually a leader?
I think I am. I do a lot of research. So know what happens.
We've got to use telling research. It's not leadership qualities. We have members of staff to do research. We want a student leader. That's what we're electing. That's what we have sabbatical officers. We have staff that do the stuff you just told me.
Okay, well, I'm actively involved with students. I lead the course representative system. I actually engage with students, and I put forward all their.
It looks like you just turned to training and leave again.
Well, in terms of training, we have members of staff that lead the course rep training. I'm not trained in doing that. In terms of doing the course of training itself, in terms of leading what students actually want, I think I'm a very good leader in doing that as well.
So to this team at the moment, you inspire them almost.
Well, I think myself and the campaigns involved officer and the other incumbent Kate Newton. It's very difficult to come into. It's very difficult to come into the current SAB team where they have second year sabbatical.
So by having you here next year, you're making life harder for the incumbent.
No, I think by having the next year, I'll be in time.
You just said it makes it hard coming into the second year SAB.
No, in terms of establishing yourself as a single leader amongst a group of sabbatical officers. I think as a second year sabbatical officer in the second year, actually provides a lot of stability and a lot of potential in order to assist the other sabbatical officers.
A lot of students say that same old. There's no fresh ideas coming in. You being here is not the reason we have constant term SAMs to get new ideas, fresh perspective. I mean, you've been out of the loop now for a few months. You probably don't know the current student issues. Is that fair?
Well, I don't think that's fair at all. The fact I'm out of the loop.
Okay.
I don't think that's really fair at all. It's a fair assessment. That would be saying that I sit in my office most of the time, not doing anything, and literally just going to meetings. That's not the case at all.
Okay.
I actively get involved as going around to ask students about local issues, how they live here. And recently, I've been actually, instead of working in the office, which I admit is a very sort of intimidating place for students, I'm actively working now in the square area on my laptop with my sign and more than willing to talk to students to try and listen to their issues. And I think I do a fairly good job at that. And I think that although, okay, there is an argument that a lot of people have fresh ideas, but there is also an argument as well that to have some sort of consistency in place, and some sort of, and a second year incumbent sabbatical officer actually does a great job. It provides a lot of stability when you're coming in. You don't need to learn the job as much as a new incoming SAB. So you can come in, first day of work, know exactly what you're doing, know how to do it, and provide a lot of support to those new incoming sabbatical officers.
Okay. You said at a recent Parliament meeting that you're not a very approachable person. Surely that should be a key skill of any sabbatical officer.
Yeah, I mean that's a critical appraisal of mine. I think that's actually one of my qualities. So I'm a bit of a I don't like it, a bit of a perfectionist, and I always try to increase myself and better myself. And I think that I have come across as that. That's because of some of my attitude, for example, wearing a suit all the time.
So next year you don't wear a suit?
No. For certain meetings I have to wear suits. For example, a lot of the first time semester I was wearing a lot of ties. Now, I don't know whether you've noticed, or whether everyone else has noticed, the past semester, I've only been wearing ties for the meetings and literally taking them off again and walking around in a shirt, trying to look smart, trying to look presentable, but at the same time trying to, actually general sort of, it's little things like that, I think, that make me look a bit unapproachable. I wouldn't say I'm approachable if people come to talk to me, but in first impressions, I'm very, I prefer to the stigma of first impressions stick, for example. So if people first come to me, if I'm in a suit, looking really smart, I look a bit more like a lecturer. So I've been trying to look less like that and trying to look smart but approachable.
So next year you'll be encouraging, as the leader, the other SABs to not wear ties and things.
To not well, I think
learn from your mistakes.
I think you know, in certain respects, yeah. I mean, as I said, in tie, I think it's a certain degree we have to wear ties. For example, as in university committee meetings, some of them, which they do, which I think, you know, in order to treat it with respect and with, the students should take it seriously. And that's one time.
I've got quite a question to ask you. So you're incumbent for re-election. One of the key things now is with a track record, I assume. What have you actually achieved this year? You gave me a list of achievements that you imparted the week, but I can't pinpoint what's yours. You know, what on that list was you've achieved that.
Okay, what I've achieved. One something I'm personally proud of is the movement of the careers service. The careers fair to the building next year.
That's going swimmingly, is it?
Sorry?
Is that going really well?
It is. It's actually confirmed it's in the building. I've actually got the numbers in, confirmation. SSDS are actively working with me now. SSDS were a little reluctant at first, but now we've actually managed to get them to solidly agree to it. And that was purely out of the research that I did. Over the past 5 years or so, sabbaticals have tried to get in the building, and I actually managed to achieve that.
Okay, so that's one achievement.
It's one achievement.
You've been about for sort of 6-7 months.
Yeah, that's fine. The SS again, the career service again went on to review at the start of the summer, and I actually co-chaired that.
But that wasn't your achievement.
There was an achievement in terms of the student focus, and I put forward.
SABs and all sorts of committees. I wouldn't say it's an achievement.
I don't think so. I mean, it's not just one committee. I co-chaired a review with the students at the centre and focused, so the students would be, so all the students' needs were actually taken into account in the new career service. I think that's a very big achievement for a students' union and for a sabbatical to be such actively involved in a committee and in a review process like that to ensure that it's student driven.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for your time, Alex, and thanks for coming in.
No problem.
And I wish you the best of luck in the campaign.
Thank you very much. Cheers.